to turn it over to Reverend Oliver Berkman with the journey. Today is practicing the presence of the Magi.
It's always interesting to come to Unity. You never know what's going to happen. Never. Just always show up for it. This morning, let's talk briefly about the three wise men. We have a lot of traditions around the wise men that include their name, Casper, Melchior, Balthazar. That includes their race, European, Asian, African, and also their line of work. They were Chaldean astrologers who followed after the teaching of Zoroaster. And for those of you that know a little bit about Western astrology, you know that we identify we draw a chart based on the time and the place of an individual's birth. In Western astrology, it's identified on the place of the birth and the time of the birth, and in Eastern astrology, it is identified on the place of the conception, the place of the date and the conception of an individual. Personally, I think that's a little tricky, but but that's the way that Eastern astrology does identify that. And when the astrologers look through their future, they identified that if an individual was born at a particular area at a particular time, they had everything that indicated they were the avatar. They were the Messiah. They were the Prince of Peace. The government would be upon his shoulders. And so knowing that, and knowing when the conception would have taken place 9 months before, they were headed out looking for the birth of this one, the Messiah. So it wasn't that they didn't know what they were looking for and they didn't know where they were, just that they were wandering around. They knew exactly what they were looking for. They were coming to find. They were coming to find the one that they knew was going to save the people from their sins. Now the wise men represent. We talked about this last night, and we find it kind of funny that the wise men do symbolize experience, wisdom that comes from experience. And it identifies that wisdom that comes from other experiences is from all incarnations that we have been through, that from each incarnation we have gained some experience, some wisdom. I'm always a little reluctant around that because I thought, well, not everybody believes in reincarnation. How is that going to work if that's something very valuable to us that we do get? We are clear about new ideas and new experience. However, if you know anything about experience or the things that we have learned through experience isn't the best teacher. It's one of them, but it definitely is not the best teacher. Things change. Even we change. And so here come the wise men with wisdom that comes from experience, looking for the Prince of Peace, looking for the king, the ruler of their people, looking for the avatar. Now, wisdom born of experience, where would he go? Where would a person who had experience, where would they go? If you're looking for a prince, you go to the house of the king. Wrong. So when they get there, King Herod is absolutely thrilled that they have arrived and saying, there is a prince, that it is the Avatar, it is a Messiah. I'm not sure where this is supposed to be. Yes, we have the scripture on it, but I'm not sure where this is supposed to be. We'll go look at the priests. We'll go talk to the priests, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, those who interpret. They'll know where it is. And so Herod takes the wise men into interpreting into the temple where they interpreted what all of the writings that were identified about the Messiah, and found that the Messiah was going to be born in the city of David, Bethlehem, and that he would be born of people who were of the house and lineage of David. And so the wise men were ready to leave and to go into the city of David. And Herod says, be sure and come back and tell me when you find him, so that I too may come and worship him. So the wise men leave the palace of King Herod. Now they have come there. They have come from, as Chaldean astrologers, they have come across country to this place. However, they came across country as astrologers. They were following they had drawn charts on this experience, and they were following, this is the best way to do that. And so that is what the Star of the East means, except that now they have a different frame of reference, and they are now, when they come out of the palace, there is a star that is from the east, meaning from the inner, and now they are following inner guidance. I think that's so cool. First they're following direction. Now they're following inner guidance. And they go directly from the palace of Herod, and they go directly to the place where Jesus is born. And the reason that they are there showing up, these are emissaries of their government, coming to welcome a leader of another people that at some point in time they're going to have friendship with, government relations with, and so they bring those gifts that are the kind of gift you would bring to another country or another heir, another head of a government that you want to have a relationship, a working relationship with. So they bring gold, and they bring frankincense and myrrh. And they bring that to establish that connection and that relationship with the family of Jesus. And so that they would have a long and healthy relationship between the Zoroastrians and the Jewish people that are now coming into a new kingdom, a new way of a whole new experience. And so they are ready for that. Now we identify the three gifts of spirit is they have made a shift. They have made a shift now into a new spiritual experience. Instead of, they were figuring it out earlier, drawing out charts, figuring out where this might be, asking people where this might be, and then all of a sudden there's a shift. And they begin to follow divine direction. And divine direction takes them to this place, this sacred place where they are going to fully express the deeper realization, the presence, the power, the birth, the rebirth of our indwelling presence of God. We are individualized expressions of God, and now we remember it. It is not that it is we weren't and now we are. It is that we have always been, but not at our conscious awareness. So we come to that place where we remember that we are the individualized expression of God. And therefore, what the shepherds symbolize are actually aspects of us, very important aspects of us, that is providing gifts that become metaphysically are the riches of spirit, the riches of spirit, the illumination of spirit, and at the end, the health and wholeness of spirit. So that's what it symbolizes. So that when we acknowledge in our conscious awareness that we are the only begotten one, that we are the individualized expression of God, then these gifts, the gifts of health and wholeness, the gifts of illumination, the gifts of prosperity, that becomes available to us. That becomes available to us very simply, and it is because we're in that flow, we're in that alignment of the energy and awareness of God. Now I realize that might be just a little bit tricky, a tricky conversation. However, if we bring that into a more contemporary language, the gifts of, if we bring that into more contemporary language, and you've all heard the kind of language that's used at this time of year, the barkers, so to speak, that are telling us what's available. So I'd like you to visualize for a moment. Maybe you're watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and you hear music like maybe Carol of the Bells. You hear that, and you see on the television, you see this wonderful dark room with shining wood furniture around, and a tree, and it's lit, and there's candles on the fireplace, and presents under the tree. You know what that looks like. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And then you hear a man's voice, of course, today, and it would be that dark baritone type voice. And as we are panning around in this lovely picture, you would hear him begin with, "It's Christmas, the time when those who care enough send their very best to those special people on your Christmas shopping list. But is there someone on your Christmas list who is hard to shop for? Don't know the size or the color and the perfect style that will enhance your gift giving? Have you been looking for months for that special something that will near and endear you to your loved one forever? Can't seem to find the right gift, that gift that reflects your love and your impeccable, exquisite taste? Well, certainly, for you have come to the right place for all your Christmas shopping needs. That place that has that special something for all the names on your Christmas shopping list. This one-stop shopping will not only select just the right gift for your loved ones, but will send it directly and instantly into their lives. There will be no more long hours shopping through stores, no messy wrapping paper all over the dining room table. No longer will you spend your precious hours waiting in line at the post office, and no credit card payment until July from this Christmas. This Christmas, join the smart shoppers who have learned about the unlimited supply of gifts and services available through our source. And give that gift that keeps on giving. Give your loved ones the gift of prosperity. And imagine that gift that keeps on giving. Give your loved ones the gift of prosperity. So that, can't you imagine how their eyes will light up when they receive a rich state of mind? Can't you just see their wonder when they realize their supply is unlimited? That everything that they desire is already theirs, that the deepest desire of their hearts can be fulfilled? Yes, your friends and your loved ones will truly appreciate you for this wonderful gift that keeps on giving, the riches of spirit. But wait, there's more. Due to our supplier's creative advantage, with the gift of prosperity, we could bring to you absolutely without cost our new free introductory offer. With this, their gift of prosperity, we will send to you the gift of illumination. Illumination, that sense of knowing what to do and when to do it. Wouldn't those people on your Christmas list love to receive the gift that in your love of illumination? No more crisis and chaos. Eliminate confusion and indecision from your loved one's lives. Through the gift of illumination in spirit, there is only the beauty of an understanding heart. A path made smooth and a future successful. Yes, that hard to please someone on your Christmas list will truly appreciate your gift of knowing in their lives. And if you act now, our supplier will send to you at no additional cost this timely stocking stuffer, the gift of health and wholeness. Yes, this gift of the eternity of spirit can be yours simply by giving it away. Health and wholeness in mind, body, and affairs. Imagine a whole health care plan for you and your loved ones with no costly monthly payments for health insurance. There is no planned obsolescence here. Not with the gift of eternity of spirit. The more health and wholeness you give to others, the more health and wholeness you receive for yourself. Give the gift that never gets used up, that never wears out. Health and wholeness and the eternity of spirit. Oh, I know you're asking yourself, how can I receive these wonderful things? In the spirit of the season, the source of our supply is bringing these sensational gift ideas to you to try for yourself and to give to your friends and loved ones. To receive the gift of prosperity, illumination, health and wholeness, send no cash, checks, or money orders. Simply realign your sight from their physical problems, apprehensions, and concern, and see them with the eyes of spirit. See the truth of their being. Yes, see them prosper. See them healthy. See them whole. See their lives illuminated with the beauty of spirit, active and present in their mind, heart, body, and affairs. Act now, and these gifts are also yours. Now so it makes more sense. Perhaps it makes more sense when we look at it in the language that of our contemporaries. Yeah. It's like, oh, I get it now. Yeah. Oh, I get it how that works. Okay, great. So this is the final step before we fully are ready, willing, able to experience ourselves as the only begotten one. And as we see that within ourselves, when we see that within ourselves, we see that in everyone. And we recognize we are one, and we can see the presence of God, the only begotten one within everyone. And we say to each other, so, would you like to be over, or would you like meditation?
Well, we got one more song to sing, but we could do it after the meditation if you like.
Great, come on, do the song.